Assalamu alaikum. Today I was planning on talking to you about my story with the hijab. I know a few weeks ago Manal posted hers, and it is high time that I posted mine as well. I've been spending so much time trying to figure out how is it that I'm going to come out and tell you the story of my hijab and why I started wearing it and everything. I planned out everything. I had it all written down and nothing worked out. Nothing worked out the way I wanted it to. So it is totally out of the blue right now. I'm just going to tell you the story from my heart and hope for the best. So I went to an Islamic school my entire life. I started off in kindergarten and I continued until grade 9. And in kindergarten, we weren't expected to wear uniforms or anything. In grade 1, we were, and part of the uniform was the hijab. It was a requirement only in grade 4. So in grade 1, I decided to wear hijab in my pictures, my school pictures, and my father liked it. He didn't mention it. In grade 2, I didn't want to wear it because I had my hair all done up and everything. I said, you know what? I'm going to show off my hair, and I had beads and I was all happy. I'm like, yay, picture time, beads. And then grade 3, I I didn't want to wear my hijab in the photo. So I discussed it over with my father and he said, you know what? How about you wear it? You wore it in grade 1, grade 2 you took it off, why don't you wear it in grade 3? So I wore it, and from then he expected me to wear the hijab. Grade 3, grade 4. Grade 4 it was a big deal because it was part of the uniform at school and we had it on all day. When I left school, I didn't really take it off because I went straight to my grandmother's house and from there I would go home, so I didn't see the point in taking it off. And in grade 4, when it was mandatory, I would just even wear it during the weekends, but I must tell you that during the weekends I went to Islamic schools as well. I went to a Quranic class on Sunday, and an Arabic school on Saturday. Both were Islamic, so both required the hijab and everything. And one day, I think I was about 9, so still in grade 4. I wanted to go to the park, so 9, 10. So that summer after grade 4, I wanted to go to the park. I was wearing capris and a t-shirt. I had my bicycle. I had my hair done. Not done. It was just really nice though. It was really nice. And I had my bicycle and I took everything and I ran out the door ready to go to the park. And my father caught me before I left and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm getting ready to go to the park." And he said, "Go inside and change." I said, change into what? I'm wearing pants and I'm wearing a shirt. I didn't see what was inappropriate about it, not knowing that my pants were a little too short and my sleeves were a little too short as well. So he said, "Go change and put on your hijab." So when he asked me to put on my hijab, I was, I was confused, but I know that when you're wearing your hijab, there's a certain code that you must abide by. So no short sleeves, no short pants. Yeah, your shirt should reach to your wrist and your pants to your ankle if you are to wear pants, and everything is supposed to be loose. And I said, well, okay. I was mad at him that day. I grabbed my stuff and I changed. I went downstairs to go to the park, and he said, "I don't want to ever catch you without your hijab again." To me, it wasn't a big deal because I didn't wear the hijab um, only when I went to the park, so I was used to wearing it everywhere else. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna wear the hijab to the park. I had the two-piece. It was no big deal, and that's when I started to wear it. I was 9, and I wasn't too happy. So I talked it over with my mom, and she said, "No one's gonna force you to wear your hijab. Your hijab is for you. This commandment by God. You could wear it when you are ready to. Don't wear it because someone asks you to. So I kept that in mind, and I would take off my hijab at like during school outings whenever I didn't feel comfortable. So we would go horseback riding in in grade 5. I was 10 years old, and we would go to we went on a cruise in grade 6. I took it off then. I took it off many times during outings, and I didn't see it as a big deal. I wore the hijab when I was at home. I wore it usually, and whenever I didn't feel like wearing it, and I found it sort of a special occasion, I would not wear it, and it wasn't bothersome to me. And when I turned 13, that was when I realized that, you know what, I'm old enough now to wear the hijab. I'm ready to live by the rules of God. I prayed when I was 7, so that wasn't a big deal for me. But that when I turned 13, that was major for me. That was the first year I fasted the whole month of Ramadan completely. Usually my parents would tell me to just do half days, and until I got the gist of everything, I could start over and do full days. But no, that year when I was 13, I did it all. I did all the days. I prayed the tarawih. I did everything. It was a special year for me. And when I wore the hijab, I said, I want to do this. It's time. And ever since, I've been wearing the hijabs. I feel it important to mention that my decision to wear the hijab was life changing for me. I didn't expect to ever wear it voluntarily. Um, but I did, and alhamdulillah, I'm so happy for that. I have never been at peace with something as I am at peace with the hijab. And with the hijab, it has changed me entirely. I am a common person now. I'm nicer because I realized that once you wear the hijab, you have become an ambassador of Islam. A, a, a fellow sister talked to me the other day, and she said that hijab signifies that you're an ambassador of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and I'd never even thought of it that way, but ever since, that's how I'm referring to it. Hijab is so important, especially if you are doing it for yourself. My advice to anyone who is thinking about wearing the hijab is just just wear the hijab for yourself and for Allah. That there's no one in this world that you need to impress. You are doing everything that you're doing for Allah, and you should be doing everything that you're doing for Allah. So until you are fully ready to wear it, don't don't wear it, and until you're fully aware that this is what you want to do with your life. That's still a hard lesson for me to learn. I am still struggling with the hijab. It's not just having a cloth on your head. It is fulfilling all of your prayers on time. It is dressing modestly and behaving modestly, representing Islam the best way you know how. So, inshallah, share your stories with us. We'd love to know about your story and how you got to wear the hijab and why you wear it. And inshallah, we shall grow stronger and wiser, closer as an ummah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.